चलते चलते में आपका स्वागत है। मैं हूं शेखर गुप्ता हुबली में और मेरे आज के मेहमान हैं मोहम्मद यूनुस साहब, जिनको नोबेल प्राइज़ मिला और जिन्होंने बहुत गरीबों की ज़िंदगी बेहतर बनाई, ना सिर्फ बांग्लादेश में बल्कि सारी दुनिया में। यूनुस साहब, आपका चलते चलते में स्वागत है।
थैंक यू वेरी मच।
खैर मकतब, आप थोड़ी थोड़ी उर्दू बोलते हैं? हाँ, वो पहले से तो आपके स्कूल में भी उर्दू होती होगी बांग्लादेश में?
In the beginning, yes, a little bit, but Bangladeshis always spoke Bangla. They didn't really get into the Urdu thing because
Right.
they are opposing Urdu as a state language in Pakistan.
आपको याद है सादत हसन मंटो कहते थे कि पंजाबी उर्दू बोल रहे हैं पाकिस्तान में, और पंजाबी जब उर्दू बोलता है तो लगता है कि झूठ बोल रहा है। Everybody knows about your journey. Are there lessons that you've learned? Are there surprises that you've had in your journey?
Lots of surprises as we went along, lots of lessons that we learned. I got into it without any plan, without any kind of pre-thought. I was pushed into the situation because of the circumstances where I was in.
Because of the plight of your country.
Absolutely.
And you were overseas in 1971.
I was teaching in the United States. I did my PhD and I started teaching
Just
there.
about 31 years old.
That's about that. In 71, I was 31.
Right.
Then when Bangladesh became independent, I decided to quit my job and come back and be in Bangladesh. So I did. I came back.
Idealism.
I don't know, but maybe just a homesickness or something you can
Right.
call. But I wanted to be back in Bangladesh. That's
Right.
very clear. I didn't have any hesitation. And I started teaching in Bangladesh. And that's when I saw situation deteriorating. All the excitement about having an independent country and all this kind of dying away because of the terrible situation that we are faced with, even a famine back in 1974. Then I was trying to see what am I doing? What am I teaching this economics for? Does it mean anything to anybody? Because if people die like this of hunger,
And you saw them dying?
everywhere in Bangladesh, you could see it on the road. You can see it in stations and bus stations, wherever you used to go. So that was a kind of shocking experience in Bangladesh. And shocking for me, particularly because I'm teaching economics. I thought, forget about all those formal economics. Why don't I just go out, be with people, and see if I can be of some help to anybody, and some use to anybody. Luckily, the university where I was teaching, this is located right next to the villages. So I can just walk out of the campus and I be in the village. So I thought, why don't I go in the village every day and be with the people and see what I can do.
Your hometown is Chittagong, though?
My hometown is Chittagong, and the university that I was teaching was Chittagong University.
Yeah, right.
So it was easy for me, I can do that. So I did a lot of little things. I had no plan, I had no idea what I should do. But I said, as it comes, I'll see how it can be done. And I did little thing here, little thing there. Then I see loan sharking in the village.
Right.
Tiny loans given to people, and they grab everything that poor people have. And it looks so ugly when you are so close to them, seeing every day. It's not reading about it. You're
Mahajan, as we say in
Mahajan, yes, in Bangla also we call the
Bangla.
Mahajan, yeah. So the Mahajan is a very strong thing, the operation in the village. And you don't know what to do with it, because in your textbook there is nothing that's told that this is how you solve the problem of Mahajans. And it's not in Chittagong, it's all over Bangladesh.
It's not in Econ 101.
Yeah, exactly. It's nothing in Econ 101 or anything higher than that also. So I thought there's no solution to that. Then idea came, of course I can do something, for few people at least. Why don't I lend the money myself? If I lend the money, people can come to me and they don't have to go to the loan shark. So all the problems related to loan shark will be over, because I'm not the loan shark. I'm not going to take away everything they got. All I want to do is to give the money so that they can carry on with their life. Immediately I started doing that, taking money out of my own pockets, giving money to people. And people loved that. First, in the beginning, they couldn't believe that I'm doing that. They thought I have some idea up my sleeve, because later on probably I'll be worse than the Mahajans. So they could overcome the initial...
So they were figuring out what your motive
was.
What
your motive was, what is behind it. So this is
Why
very
are you being so kind to me?
Why is he so kind to me? Exactly. So I said, no, I have no plan against it. All I want to do is you don't have to go to the loan shark. You can come to me and carry on with your life. And it became very popular. As it became more popular, I was giving out merrily all the money that I had. And I liked it. I enjoyed it because I could see that I could solve the problem, which right in front of me. I don't know whether
Did they give the money back?
Oh yeah, they were paying the money back, and I was very excited about it. And then after a few months, I was running out of my money. So I thought, what happens if I stop giving them? This is the collapse of the whole thing. And I thought I should go to the bank, get the bank interested to do the job. It's not my job. Why am I doing it? So I went to the bank, and bank said, no, it cannot be done. Bank doesn't lend money to poor people. So it became a big struggle between me and the banks. And they will not agree. I talked to the senior officials, high officials of the banking system. Everybody gave me the same answer. Bank cannot help that. Then I was very frustrated. It's working, people are paying back, and they're happy, the loan sharks are tackled. And I came up with another idea. I came up with saying, why don't you accept me as a guarantor? I can be your guarantor.
You as a guarantor.
Me as a personal guarantor, I'll just sign the documents and say if they don't pay, I'll pay. It was not easy for the banks to accept right away. What is it trying to do? So why should she be the guarantor?
And what will we get from this poor professor?
Exactly, how much money he can get.
Right.
So they were not very happy with it. But ultimately, after several months, they thought I was becoming a nuisance for them because I'm shouting, I'm screaming, and talking about how bad the banks are, not lending money to poor people. So maybe they thought one way to do that is to agree with my proposal. And sure enough, it will fail, so he will not talk about it anymore. So they agreed. I was very happy that finally I could open the door for the banks. And then signing papers and giving money to people. And it grew. As it grew, banks became very concerned. This is going to collapse anyway, but with big money. So they become very reluctant to give more money. Then I said, forget about it. Why don't I create a bank? I know everything now. It works. People can pay back, people benefit from it, and I fight the loan sharks. It's a tremendous help for the poor people. And it took several years to get it done because I need the government permission, the license, and so on. Finally, in 1983, we became a bank. We started in 1976. Then I started talking about the women. I said, look at this. Not only you don't lend money to poor people, you don't lend money to women at all. They said, no, this is not true. Then I showed that not even 1% of the borrowers from all banks happen to be women. I said, something wrong in your system. They said, no, they don't come to us. I said, no, they come to you, but you have your rules so screwed up. When I began, I wanted to make sure half the borrowers in my program are women. So this is the beginning of it. And it was quite difficult to go to poor women, explain to them what it is, why we want to give the money. They get very scared. They said, no, no, don't give it to me, give it to my husband. He's the one who understands money. I don't understand any money. So it became a big struggle with I brought the women students with me to talk to them because they will not talk to me because I'm a man. But these women will not accept the money. They said, no, 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 we don't want to do that. So the girls who were working for me, they said, well, why are we insisting on the women? Because they said they don't know anything, they don't have any idea what to do with the money. Then I said, well, when they say that I don't know what to do with money, you always remember this is not her voice. This is the voice of history which created her. Because she was created in a way of, her life is made of all the fears around her.
Right.
Everything she does is wrong. Society is telling you are wrong. The fact that you are born as a girl is a wrong thing. You should have been a boy. So
always check with the husband or the father.
Everybody
or the
is always that. So suddenly you cannot undo the things. Our job is to peel off the fear in her. You go back again and again, overcome the fears, and someday she will come out of those fears and may say, maybe I should try. And that's what the beginning of the whole thing will make. It took us 6 years from the beginning to come to that 50-50 level. Then we saw money going to the family through women brought so much more benefit to the family than money going to the family through men. Women took care of the money very well. They knew exactly what they wanted to do.
Men also drink and gamble. And also they have ego issues, weddings.
You know that. So,
Right.
so we focused on women. So as a result, we became 60%, 70%, now 97% women in the bank. We have 8.5 million borrowers in Grameen Bank right now. mostly women, and then we create the bank which is owned by the borrowers. So it became a bank owned by poor women.